The next strategy that we're going to be doing is called the four corner strategy. And you can see around the classroom we've got 4 green signs posted. Absolutely, no way, yes but, and our 4th one is no but. For this strategy, you're going to think about your own personal views about issues related to substance use and abuse. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a statement, and you have to think about that statement with your own beliefs. Do you absolutely agree? No way you disagree? Yes, but, and no, but. Once I give you the statement, I want you to think to yourself, this is an individual decision, for about 20 seconds, where do I think I want to go? Please keep in mind there's no right or wrong answer, and try not to be influenced by your peers around you. We don't want you and all of your friends going to one corner. We want you to think for yourselves based on your own beliefs. So the statement that I'm going to give you is, the drinking age should be lowered. So think to yourself, do you absolutely agree the drinking age should be lowered? No way, you disagree? Yes, it could be lowered, but, or no, it shouldn't be lowered, but. Okay, so what I'd like you to do right now is just gravitate to the corner that you think you agree with. Okay, great. Now that you're in your corners, and it's very often that you might have a large group in one and a few at the others, and we'll talk about how you would deal with that. What I would like you to do in your corners is just talk to a couple people that are there. If you're in a large group, maybe 3 people, 3 or 4 people talk together. Talk about why you came to that corner. Because why you went to a corner, your perspective could be completely different than the person beside you about why they went to that corner. So have a conversation about why you went to the area you did, and then in a couple minutes I'm going to ask from a reporter from each area to share that information with us.
So I have a question. What do you do when you only have one student in a corner?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we actually have this situation right now. As a teacher, I would probably go over and have a conversation with them about why they went to the area that they did. We don't want them having a conversation with themselves, and we can give some feedback back and forth. One thing as a teacher you want to keep in mind is, maybe that person doesn't want to be with any of the other people. It might not even be his true answer, and maybe he's being ostracized from other people. So you want to make sure that everyone in the room is feeling included. Or it could be that, he's the person that believes that, and I just want to make sure that he has someone to talk to. Does anybody else have any strategies of what they think they would do if you were given a similar situation? Okay. All right, so we'll continue on then. If you can just chat in your corners. Good. Okay, so what I would like to ask you now is, I'm going to ask the person in your group who has the shortest hair to be your reporter. And perhaps I will start with this group over here. If you can just tell me what you discussed about why you moved to that corner.
We thought that the drinking age could perhaps be lowered, but only with appropriate education. We also thought that many young people drink underage as it is, and if there wasn't such a big deal associated with drinking at a particular age and it became part of the culture with education, that it might not be such a bad thing.
Okay, thanks a lot for sharing your perspective. I'm going to ask from this large group here, I know that you didn't all get a chance to hear each other's opinions. If I could have one person perhaps present some of the views from your corner. Who has the shortest hair? Oh, pretty long hair.
Probably me.
Thanks,
Okay.
Debbie. Sure.
We said that students and young people are just not responsible enough to drink, and there's a lot of irresponsible behavior going on, and it would be way too dangerous. And you just wouldn't be able to keep safe. So we absolutely feel like it should not be lowered.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot for sharing that. What's important in this strategy is to remember that you might have gone to a corner, you weren't really sure, but you thought that's what you believed. But once you've heard the different perspectives from each corner, you might say to yourself, now that I've heard that perspective, I think actually I'm going to move to that corner. And that's okay, because it's okay that peers have an influence on others when they're basing their opinion on their beliefs and their facts. And I think that's a good thing to open up that conversation. There was great points that were brought forth from both corners, and it just goes to show that you're not necessarily always right or wrong. You can have a difference of perspective on a situation. Were there any other questions? Yes.
Do you find that most kids end up following their friends into the corners? And if they do, how do you handle that?
Another great question, and this is something, I mean, we're dealing with teenagers, right? So very often they will go with their peers. One strategy that I've used in the past is you can give everyone a piece of paper, just a piece of scrap paper, and you actually ask them in that first 20 seconds, I want you to write down the corner that you're going to go to, and then they're committed to what's on the paper. Then you write down and you have to go to that corner. So that's just a strategy. I mean, it's not a perfect strategy. They still may go to the corner with their peers, but when you have that discussion part and people are able to verbalize why they went there, they're still hearing the comments from the other corners as well.
Thanks.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you very much.